Hey guys, what's up? I usually don't make videos like this on my channel with the phone, but here we are. I want to talk about this situation real quick as a musician, I don't remember the name of this musician, came out on Twitter saying that Hayley Williams had plagiarized her work from uh, Hayley Williams' music video Cinnamon, looking similar to one of her music videos to her songs. Now, in the Hayley addressed this in one of her Instagram stories, and she stated that she did not know the artist, and she said it was not to slight anyone. She was just saying she, didn't really get or really didn't know the artist until this whole thing happened, and she made some really good points about you know, there's a difference between influences and plagiarism, and when sometimes the influences might be a little bit similar to those of the original creator, but it's really never like if it's like full blown like from shot to shot taken and all this stuff, then I could understand. But this was just a case of, as most people are mentioning too, that there's a lot of music out there and a lot of music videos that sometimes ideas just kind of come back around, but in different ways where they seem similar, but they're different. And even when they seem similar, you're going to get called out for it no matter what. So, I don't, obviously, I don't think she plagiarized this artist. I just think that it was just one of those things where, um, the the influences led her to that, and it just so happened to be somewhat similar because I've seen at least screenshots of this other musician's music video, and I can definitely say there are similarities but differences with it as well. And I'm kind of upset that this musician would just blatantly think, oh, plagiarism right off the bat, because I mean, I don't know, plagiarism is just, it's not necessarily hard to figure out when someone's plagiarizing your work, but it's also, not easy to basically make that claim, because then if it is, say, an influence, or someone can say it's an influence, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, okay, then never mind, it's not plagiarism. So I guess I just take into account just to be careful out there, because I mean, it's okay to have your influences and be influenced by certain things. You see a lot of shows that are kind of the same nowadays because maybe one producer or director got influenced by another, and you see a lot of musicians who just kind of get influenced off of each other and make it, make their own thing, and sometimes that happens too, even if it's not one of your influences in the music world or one of your influences in general, and you end up doing something similar to them. It's like, I mean, hey, we work in the same field. There's hundreds of different, whatever it be, shows or just music out there like this, that eventually at some point in time, it's all going to come full circle and just feel similar, even though the differences are there. So I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it from both sides, where I can see the musician calling her out would scream plagiarism, but I'm also looking at it at Hayley's side too, where, I definitely hear a bunch of Radiohead influences in her songs to go along with a bunch of others. And I just, I see it as this was just her kind of idea for something of hers, and since she had never seen the other musician's music video before or heard of her, I would just highly doubt at this point. And even at that, I just don't see Hayley Williams doing that, because as she stated in her Instagram, she wants to feel proud of the work that she does because it's hers, and and she has something to claim as hers. So plagiarizing would just, it wouldn't be hers. It would be somebody else's that she just kind of took. And I don't know. I just don't see her as that type of person, in a way. So, I mean, she seems to be handling it quite well, But to all the people who are screaming plagiarism, I would just I would calm down. Um, it's there's an argument, but I just think it's kind of at this point in time, it's like this shit happens. Obviously, if it was blatant plagiarism, it'd be blatant plagiarism, but this is just one of those things where we've come full circle in the music world. I can probably you can probably look at this other musician's music videos and go, well, this is kind of similar to something back in the 90s or something back in the 80s. Is she plagiarizing? So that's all I really would have to say to her is maybe look back in history and you might find another music video similar to yours that was made before your song. So I wouldn't be so quick as to throw the plagiarism um whatchamacallit, the plagiarism allegation out there. So I mean, you guys can tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Am I being reasonable here? I'm not really going off on anybody. I'm just kind of explaining both sides, where they're coming from, and I mean, at this point, I just think it's going to be one of those things that just kind of passes. Someone said something they probably shouldn't have, or tweeted something they shouldn't have, and or just jumped the gun too quick, and then we get something like this. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. But until next time, I will see you in the next one.